Daily Show, 1035. You know, last year I got yelled at because I had like all this Halloween music on 2 weeks before, and it's not like Christmas music. Everyone was burnt out and tired of it, so I just decided today would be the day I throw out a couple of theme songs and we just keep moving forward.
You might as well. They're probably going to be playing Christmas.
They are.
Tomorrow.
Have you gone to Dollar General?
I think I've gone to any store that has Christmas is already out. I seen my first Christmas commercials yesterday.
Yeah.
Yesterday.
Yeah.
It was like the jingle. It's like, I was getting ready for work. It was like 4:30, 5 o'clock, and I'm getting ready. I'm like, well, wait a minute. Did I just hear Christmas jingle on? Are we at Christmas time?
You look up in the mirror and Mariah Carey's behind you. Just
yeah. And then they got the red and green M&Ms. Those are out too. So as soon as you see red and green M&Ms, it's Christmas time.
That's true.
So,
Well, we can't get to Christmas without getting to Thanksgiving.
Yes.
And Pruitt Mechanical giving back again. I love this, man. This is so cool. I haven't really talked to you directly about this, but just seeing online, you kind of kicked this off, this turkey giveaway, and now folks are joining in, and this is becoming really fun to watch.
Yeah. So we just wanted to take an initiative. We kind of knew this year, not that it's any less any other year, but we knew this year more so that there was going to be, a lot of need in the community. There's a lot of struggling going on right now. So we were just tossing around some ideas in the office. We're always kind of trying to think of something to do for the community. And that idea got tossed up, and we're like, well, let's just see. Let's see what we can do, right? So, I initially invested $1,000. I'm like, well, we'll invest $1,000, and then we'll see if we can, get some other businesses that want to join on. And it really is taken off. I mean, from the very start, we had businesses that were really just jumping on. I think we're up to like 12 or 13 now. And it's really just small businesses that are coming together, donating funds, to essentially just purchase turkeys. That we plan on just giving away.
You're up to $4,700 right now. This was as of 30 minutes ago. But what I think so cool is just what you said. It's that old school Americana community coming together thing, where businesses are just collaborating and having fun. And now, are you guys having fun with other businesses on this and just enjoying the mood a little bit?
We are. I always enjoy this type of stuff, right? Like it gets me pumped up. So I enjoy it thoroughly, and I think a lot of the other businesses are too. I mean, they're putting their own little spins on it, and stuff like that, which they should, because they're stepping up and doing things that first off, other businesses aren't doing, right? And this is a need that is, people need this. And I know that for sure. And, there's nothing wrong with saying, hey, I'm doing something good, and let's acknowledge what you're doing good. So the community knows it too, because I'm a strong believer in, the small businesses, you'll always hear them. They'll always, support small business. Support small businesses. You'll hear that, from them all the time. Well, the problem I always come across is are those small businesses supporting the communities that support them, right? So with our company, we're not just a service company. We serve, first. We serve first, and then we service, right? And there's a difference between what you're doing, right? I mean, are you serving your community or are you servicing your community? We put serving first, and I think that's the biggest thing that a lot of small businesses really need to take a note of. I mean, not. If you can't, you can't. But if you can, even $50 helps, right?
Right.
Anything helps. Even $20 buys one turkey.
Right. Well, you just hit it on the head, because so many times you see and I hate to use the word upset, but offended, but I do get offended seeing something, because it's like, guys, if you're a part of the community more, it all starts to work itself out. It takes a little bit, and like you said, it might be $50, or it might just be volunteering, going out and being a part of something. So it's a great note there. And what I think is interesting too with what you do at Pruitt Mechanical Services, and just my takeaway a little bit from the blue collar stuff I used to do is, when you're training and you're going through, sometimes you get to meet the folks that are really struggling, where that, what I'm saying, where that small fix to the HVAC that's, or the air conditioning system that's 30 years old is, at least keep them, cool for the summer, and maybe we can figure out how to afford this next year. Yeah,
well, sometimes that small fix is all they had in their budget that month. Like sometimes that small, and for plumbing, we do plumbing, HVAC, and electrical. We do all three trades. So sometimes, that small fix, I mean, I think everybody knows what you're like, one life altering event, away from bankruptcy or whatever that, however that goes, right? But I think in reality, most families are one major repair away, like from do we eat this month or do we pay for, this repair and take that to, we already know that's medical, right? Yeah. Like, are we paying for medicine this month? Or are we paying for food this month? Or are we paying our electric bill this month, right? So when you get any type of anything thrown in the mix that was unexpected, it's like, yeah, like this came out of nowhere. How do I make this work?
Well, and I just think, it's a unique tie-in and really great to just see that this is, you guys are giving back the way you are. And big shout out to Grand Paisaw Body Art. Look at this, Off the Beaten Path Automotive, Wellafant. I couldn't spell that yesterday.
Wellafant, yes. Wellafant, yes.
I was nervous, but I'm feeling better about it now. You got a sharper image, home improvement. Cody Jarrett at Weber Chevrolet, Third Shoot and Graft in the Alton Telegraph, Jenkins Fencing, Barnett Pest Solutions, Renewed Wellness, Pruitt, Win
Nelson Supply, right here on Broadway.
How did I get that wrong?
They're right here on Broadway.
Well, Rigged and Sewer Service, you'd think I'd know the damn.
Yes, yes.
Sorry, Stacy. Gumbo to Go's the newest sponsor.
Yes, Gumbo to Go just came on this morning, which is super exciting. And what you'll notice about that is it's all local, small family businesses, all of them, every single one of them. Even Weber Chevrolet. Cody Jarrett is a salesman there, and I think he's one of the best car salesmen in my opinion in the area. He stepped up, and I think he's putting up the money. But he's like, let's say Weber Chevrolet. So it just kind of
that's cool, man.
It really kind of shows really cool. Like where people's hearts are. And I think it's tremendous.
What's the best way for a business right now to join up and say, let me support this too?
Sure. So there's multiple different ways. You can call our office, 618-208-7722. You can hit us up on Facebook. We're on all the socials. You can email us, office@PruittMechanicalServices.com. Socials are all over the place. We've really easy to get a hold of, just reach out to us. We are trying to lock in the businesses by the end of the day today.
So makes sense. Yeah.
I've kind of secured a connection at Sam's Club. We wanted to do something more local actually to get these turkeys. Unfortunately, I've reached out to most of the local, places, and they're kind of telling me, look, Joe, I'd love to help you, but your best bet for the biggest bang on your return is going to go to one of these places, and it hurts me to do that because I want to keep everything local, right? But they're being honest and they're saying, hey, this is going to be your best bang. And I appreciate that too. I really do.
If you do it next year, that's where someone can write a big fat $10,000 check and you don't have to worry about if it's more expensive or not. You can still just give them the check, Yes.
Definitely. Right. And that's what we need. Yeah. Like, it would have been great to get some, some big, Conoco, some of these huge companies around here, to throw them. But, hopefully maybe this is the first year that we've actually kind of did it on this type of scale. Yeah. So we're really looking forward to maybe making this a tradition, maybe a yearly thing, and we can kind of grow on this and really make this, something that is meaningful and it really matters, makes an impact.
Really cool. So save the date for November the 15th. The details of where that's going to be are going to be announced soon because it's kind of fluid.
It is.
But is it going to be a drive-through?
It is going to be. Okay. Yeah. We're not going to do you're not going to have a number, and that's the unfortunate part. So this is going to be, when they're gone, they're gone.
Gotcha.
Unfortunately, I'm not going to, make this into anything more than that. So there probably is ways that I could, but with this,
it's more efficient. It has to be this way.
It does. It really does. Tentatively, if all else fails, we will have it at our location where we have a really nice turn-in. But we're into some discussions with some churches too, possibly. So we just haven't finalized location yet, but that will be finalized by next week.
Really cool. You got a moment to take a break with me?
I do.
I got to pay a bill. 10:43, a little bit of change. We'll come back with Joe, Pruitt Mechanical Services, the turkey giveaway set for November the 15th at 10 a.m. We'll talk more about it next. With over 20 years of experience, Wilson's Tree Service has the expertise to handle all of your tree care needs. Licensed and fully insured, their team of experts are dedicated to providing reliable service. Plus, with a 24-hour emergency service line, Wilson's will always be there for you. Don't risk tackling that timber by yourself. Trust the local professionals at Wilson's Tree Service. Visit treeservicealtonil.org to get started today.
Discover Del Mar Public House, located in Godfrey's historic Clifton Schoolhouse. Enjoy bold flavors like homemade falafel, fish and chips, and rotating pasta favorites. Relax with local beers, half-price wine bottles, and summer poutine nights. The only thing missing is you. Open Wednesday through Sunday. Del Mar Public House, where great food, drinks, and friends come together. DelMarPublicHouse.com.
Do you need to declutter your space? Time to call me, the Queen of Junk. Since 1993, we have grown to be the leader in residential, commercial, and property management junk removal. At Sparks Junk Removal, we are eco-friendly. We recycle, donate, or repurpose items back into our community. Trash is our last resort to the landfill. Plus, with our all-inclusive service, our crews handle everything from labor to lifting and landfill fees. Give us a call or visit our website, sparksjunkremoval.net, to reclaim your space today.
When I got in the car accident at the ER, they gave me a prescription of hydrocodone. And over time, it took more medication to mask the pain. I moved over to drug seeking and found heroin and fentanyl. I went to the Centerstone rehab facility, and it was the best decision I ever made in my life. I have my own car, I have a job, there's nothing holding me back anymore.
When you need a project done right, on budget and on time, trust Gillahan Concrete. Gillahan handles every kind of project, big and small. Commercial, industrial, residential, from room additions and garages to patios, driveways, and more. Gillahan brings quality and experience to every job. Family owned with over 30 years of service to our community. Call today at 618-781-3914 or visit GillahanConcrete.com.
Accidents happen in a heartbeat, but lives change forever. Whether it's a car crash, workplace injury, medical malpractice, or wrongful death, you don't have to face the consequences alone. Keith Short and Associates brings over 33 years of experience and a reputation for fighting fiercely for your rights. For relentless representation that you can trust, call Keith Short and Associates at 618-254-0055 today for a free consultation.
You're listening to Our Daily Show with CJ Nasello on RiverBender.com.
You could never hear that part of the show. My favorite part of the show is during the break, because I always feel like I'd have, we do great with numbers, but I'm telling you, I would take Stern on if I had this microphone going. We're back with Joe, Pruitt Mechanical. Do you guys see an influx this time of year, or is it, because you do all three major service industries?
We do. So, it really varies. I think we do see an influx right before the holidays.
I bet.
Everyone's trying to get their projects done, and then that's right before the slow time. We follow really industry trends just like restaurants, and you'd be surprised because because what happens is at the end of summer, right, July, most of the time for heating and cooling, you've had your system replaced if it needs to be replaced already, right? It's been repaired if it needs to be repaired. And then so we come into that July where everyone's taking their vacations, they're trying to finish off summer, they're trying to do their thing. Mm-hmm. No one's really worried about the house stuff. Then we're going back to school, so everybody's getting ready for school stuff. So they put everything off, right? And then now we have the holidays are coming up. Yep. So now everyone's like rushing to get these plumbing projects done. The water heater's been leaking, or what at the sink, or the electrical issues. They're rushing to get those done. We get that influx, but we handle it pretty well. We look forward to those good times.
You have a pretty good team, and that's what is really cool too, is to see that continue to grow too.
Yeah. I absolutely couldn't do anything without my team. I mean, I don't work in the field myself anymore, so I solely rely on my team.
No, I got to quit, just because if someone that used to when you work in the field and you're doing everything to keep moving forward,
wearing every hat,
everything.
Right.
What's it feel like not to be able to do that anymore? Is it a great feeling, or do you get the itch every once in a while to go back out there?
So I think any business owner will tell you the hardest part is when you scale to that to the next level is letting go of those things that you have always held on to, because you feel like you are the one that needs to make sure they're it's getting done properly.
Yeah, because they saw Joe.
Right.
Yeah.
Or they saw me, or I just don't trust that anyone else is going to be able to handle it the way I'm going to handle it, or, but you have to put SOPs in place and train them and let them go. And, they're going to fail, and then they're going to learn just like I did. And then hopefully people have mercy, and grace, right? But that's what you have to do. Yeah.
Well, just wanted to touch base on that. What's the best way to get a hold of you if someone is having some issues right now?
So you can reach us at 618-208-7722. That's our direct line. Our phones are answered 24/7. Not a time our phones are not answered.
Love that. That's actually really cool.
Yes, we dispatch 24/7 as well. I mean, of course, we have the emergency fee if after hours.
Yeah, we all understand.
Yeah, we
do.
Everything is more, and that's another thing. Like, even with us, and that's something I'd love to talk about. Quickly is with all the prices going up. Us mom and pops, we have to raise our prices too because we're getting hit just like everybody else. I myself, I haven't raised my prices over 2 years. Last year, I actually lowered my prices. Believe it or not, I did. Yeah, so
wow.
We did. We actually lowered some of our service rates. But it's inevitable that to stay profitable, you have to make those decisions. I see everyone so mad at hit and run right now, and it's like
the protest made me almost pee myself laughing so hard. Come on, guys. I mean, they're trying to adapt. They're
trying to survive.
We're supposed to support each other.
Right. So let's bash each other. I mean, the soda is going to be just as good if you walk in and get it yourself. Yeah. I promise you. I worked there as
a dinger slinger. We did not put any pixie dust in there to make it taste
and quite
better.
frankly, no one gets enough steps in. So
that's true, man.
Put a watch on and get to your stepping, and
I love it.
You'll be healthier. Get your own soda.
I agree.
Soda anyway.
Well, I agree with you. It's just like, I saw that and I think the same thing because you have to adapt in life. And,
sure.
They're just trying, everyone's trying. And so it's cool to kind of make mention that we got to do our part as consumers and as neighbors to support those small businesses.
Yes. And I'm quite sure that he wouldn't be doing this if it wasn't in the best interest of him and his business being here 10 years from now, right?
Completely agree.
I mean, that's what people don't understand. Yeah. Like, this isn't, we are always looking out for the best interest. I'm always looking out for the best interest of my clients, of my community, and that's just sometimes those decisions aren't what people want to hear, but it's what it is.
Well, the harsh reality of it too is, this isn't corporate America where, a business not doing too well is okay because there's a buyout somewhere. This for our families too,
right.
And that's what the community needs to realize.
Right.
We aren't doing this to do anything different. It's just to succeed and all grow.
Yeah. Do you want hit and run sodas that you can walk in and get yourself, or do you want no hit and run sodas that you can't walk into because the stores are closed?
Yeah, and then you're going to complain to me about McDonald's iced tea for 2 weeks.
Right.
You know what I'm telling you? I'm glad you said that, man. That's good. Joe, getting back into this, though, I just think it's great to see so many people coming together. And you guys have a few days. Obviously today is the best day. However, if you have a $5,000 check coming in Monday, I don't see that being a problem.
We will not turn anything down, and I think that you guys are going to do a follow up. A little bit later on in the weeks, probably closer. So, everyone will be acknowledged, even if you're not doing this to get acknowledgement. I think that it's important to do this for the right reasons, but you will get acknowledged no matter what. And we're not going to put anything, any stopgaps on. We would just like it to go today. So to that too, we're kind of actually started a food drive as well.
Did you really?
Yeah. So
this is awesome.
So, and that's another thing I wanted to throw out there too. So we're starting a food drive. We had people dropping stuff off at our office, and we're like, what are we going to do with this stuff? So we're like, I guess we're going to start a food drive now. So now we have this food drive going. We're going to run until the 12th of November. So we're hoping to get enough stuff together. And this is just from anyone in the community that can donate.
I'm seeing this now.
Right. Anyone in the community can donate to this. We're hoping to get enough to be able to not only give people turkeys, but maybe even possibly give them some box stuff too, some canned goods, something like that as well.
Now, is this the right flyer right here?
It is.
So there you go. Runs to the 12th. Couple of massage gift cards. That'll be a fun one. And then $100 to Pie-Sol Armory. That's a good stocking stuffer.
It is. It is. So if you come to our location and you drop off, any canned goods, any boxes, then we actually have little tickets. We'll keep a ticket. You keep a ticket. We have a little raffle wheel, and then we will raffle those off. So we're going to give you, if you bring in a bunch of stuff, you may get 20 tickets. I'm not going to put a whole limit on this thing, really, quite honestly. The more you give, the more tickets you're going to get. And it's just to encourage the community to give too, right? right?
Well, how about this? If you need a service call, and you're like, I want to save a few bucks. If you have donate 2 bags of food during your appointment, you get half off your service call.
Yeah,
that's cool, man.
Yeah, we'll cut the service call in half. Give us a couple bags of groceries. I'm not going to count the groceries. Just give us a couple bags, and we'll cut your service call in half.
Well, and one thing too, as we get back into the turkey giveaway, which is set for November the 15th at 10 a.m., we'll have a location for you in that follow-up and all that good stuff. There's no details on, you don't need to bring an income requirement. You don't need to, because, I get why folks have to. It's really, I don't like it. It makes it kind of, it makes you cringe.
Right, it does. I mean, so we were actually a part of the blessing boxes that used to be in Wood River. We built those blessing boxes. Wow. The one by the Wood River Library, the one in East Alton. My company built those and installed those.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah, we built those years ago. And I know they ended up becoming an issue where people were like, hey, everybody's taking food out of the blessing boxes, and one person's going there and emptying them out, and that's okay. Like, there's always going to be one person that's going to do something, or 1 or 2 people, but it doesn't mean it's going to ruin it for everybody else, right?
True.
So we're not going to put any restrictions on this. I'm just going to hope that the people that are coming through really are the ones that need help. And we're going to try to help as many as we can, right?
It's only ruined if you let it get ruined, if you let it spoil the bunch,
Right. In life, there's always going to be someone that's going to be doing something that you don't approve of. Just don't let it bother you. And just know that it's still going to help people. It's still going to help a lot of people, even if 1 or 2 people try to drive in with a Mercedes-Benz and they probably don't need the turkey. We're not going to turn you away.
And on the flip side of that, my perspective was changed one time because I was sitting in an airport and I was talking a beautiful suit, everything, and you would have thought life was great for him, and then he's talking, he's like, yeah, I'm getting ready to head into bankruptcy court, I got this going on, and so even they might have the Mercedes-Benz for 2 years, but you never know when their life changes and all of a sudden that Benz is gone in 2 weeks and we got to figure out groceries until then, and that you just never know.
I tell people all the time when they talk to me about business and they're like, oh, it must be great, it looks like you've made it, and it must be, and the first thing I tell them is everything looks great from a distance.
Yeah.
Once you get up into the nitty and gritty, everything is it's not peaches and cream, and everything is not, happy go lucky. Mm-hmm. That's just not the reality of life. I don't care where you're at in life. You're going to have this set of problems, in correlation to where you're at in life. So, just because you own a company, that has a huge set of problems that comes with it. Just like if you had just a normal everyday job, that comes with a set of problems, and, it all is, in relation, but there's problems no matter what. You just got to figure out how to work through them.
Well, I really think this is just been a great conversation. I really encourage you guys, if you're business owners out there or individuals, write personal checks and let's get some more money raised, and give them a call today, 618-202-7722, or message them on Facebook, Pruitt Mechanical Services, LLC. We will link everything in a follow-up article, and we'll make sure that you guys are there for that drive-through turkey giveaway and the food drive, which runs till November the 12th, where you can make a difference, big or small, and enter for chances to win gift cards, services, and half off your service fee if you have 2 bags of groceries. Joe, thanks for your time.
Thank you.
We'll take a quick break, and I'm wrapping up this Friday morning next.